Hello and welcome back to Nathan Bell's podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Today, Nate would like to talk about fun.
Yeah, well, today I'm going to talk about having fun. You can go and watch my video series. I deal with some pretty serious subjects: politics, science, ethics, and murder cases and stuff. So I'm a pretty serious guy, but I appreciate having fun as well. You know, there's got to be a time in life for fun. You know, some people are so serious, they want their whole life to be this rigid, stiff thing where it's just work and bust your ass and deal with serious matters of politics. And a lot of our nation's politicians are like this. They're so serious and they can't ever let loose. You know, people should let loose. People should have fun. You know, it was funny, Barnaby Joyce got in trouble because he was drunk in Canberra and they found him on the sidewalk laying down drunk. Now, I don't like Barnaby Joyce. I'm not into the Nationals. But I thought, you know, why can't Barnaby Joyce get a bit pissed? You know, what? Because he's a politician, he can't get a bit drunk and have a good night out. Have a bit of fun. I want our nation's politicians to have a bit of fun. We don't want everyone to be these stiff, serious people all the time. You know, quality of life is about pleasure. Pleasure has a place in life, and we have to work and we have to be serious and we have to deal with issues that are important to humanity, about addressing poverty and war and conflict and politics and all these serious things. But I think the idea of addressing all of those issues is so we can get the world to a point where everyone's living a good life, and a good life is a fun life. You know, we have to address all these serious matters of poverty and inequality so that everyone in humanity can have a good, satisfying experience in this world, and that means we want everyone to be having bloody fun. You know, at the end of the day, we want to create a situation where everyone in the world can live a quality life and have fun and have a good time. So that should be the goal. The agenda should be to be serious, to bring us to a point where everyone can have fun. And that's why I talk about the automated society. Let the robots do everything so we can create art and play sport and go to the gym and do all the things that we love. You know, when the robots do everything, we can just relax, and I call that the leisure society in my Australian Liberal Anarchy Party manifesto. And the world will be the leisure society in a century when the robots do everything, and everyone will spend their days having fun, and there won't be any poverty and there won't be any inequality, and everyone will just be having fun all the time. You know, so like I said, I'm a pretty serious guy, and go and watch my nearly 200 videos where I talk about a number of very serious subjects, but I like to have fun as well. You know, like I watch puppy videos on the internet. You know, why do we have to watch serious content all the time? If you bombard yourself with serious content all the time, you'll just be this stiff, rigid, negative person who only sees negative in the world. Watch puppy videos and have sex, you know, and have lots of sex. You know, why not have sex? Sex is fun. There's room for fun in the world. And I even say, take cocaine if you want. As long as you don't hurt yourself or hurt anyone else, take a bit of cocaine when you go to the club. I remember those girls got busted about 5 years ago. They were in a lot of trouble. I think they were football players' wives. They got in trouble because they got caught with cocaine, and I just thought, you know, it's so stupid. These girls are otherwise law-abiding citizens. They don't do anything wrong. They're not axe murderers. You know, they're not rapists. They're not money launderers. They're not career criminals. They just went to the club and had a bit of cocaine. What's the big problem? You know, why not? As long as they're not heavily addicted and it's not causing them suffering in their life, as long as they can manage their use and have it every now and again for a bit of fun, have a bit of cocaine, have a bit of fun. You know, what's wrong with that? I like cannabis and I do it to relax. I don't drink any alcohol. Everyone else in Australia drinks alcohol to relax. See, we allow people to do leisure activities because we understand that there is a place in the world for leisure activities. So, you know, the doctor prescribes 6 hours of fun a week. It's good for your health. Because if you live this rigid, stiff life where all you ever do is work your ass off, and then you think about serious matters like wars and atrocities all the time, your quality of life will be terrible. You know, I say to people who can't have any fun, find room in your life for fun. There has to be time in your life for fun. Otherwise, you'll get all stressed out and then you'll end up dying of a heart attack. And when you get to 80 and you're thinking back on your life, you'll have nothing but misery and regrets because you never did any of the things you wanted to do. You never did any of the activities that brought you happiness, and you never had any fun. There's no point living this life unless you're going to do some things that are just purely for leisure, for satisfaction, for pleasure. That's what it's all about. You know, some people think sex should only be for having children. What a rigid, stiff way to think. You know, sex is for pleasure. Have sex for pleasure and have sex with many people. As long as you're not breaking anyone's heart, you're not betraying anyone in a relationship, and you practice safe sex so you don't catch AIDS, you know, have as much sex as you want for pleasure. Do things for pleasure. Some people won't do anything for pleasure. They won't have any good times. They're these rigid, stiff people. I've said it already. They're these rigid, stiff people. I don't like people like that. And I don't want people like that running the world. It's like I said about that time about a year ago when Barnaby Joyce was caught getting drunk. They were going to kick him out of the Nationals Party. I'll say it again, I don't like Barnaby Joyce, but why can't our politicians have a beer and get a bit tanked? You know, have a good time, get a bit too tanked. You know, imagine if the government come in and said, because health experts have determined that alcohol abuse is bad for your health, everyone can only have 3 beers a day, and if you have more than 3 beers a day, you'll be arrested. You know, we don't want to live in that world. We want to live in a world where people can get a bit too tanked sometimes. As long as you don't hurt yourself, and you don't hurt anyone else, you can get a bit too tanked sometimes. Go out, get bloodo drunk, have a laugh with your mates, play games, you know, have a good time. Because what is the point of it all? You know, I've thought a lot about death, and I want to look back on my life when I know I'm going to die and know that I lived a quality life where I enjoyed myself. I also want to know that I brought something productive and meaningful to the world, but I also want to know that I lived a life that I found personally satisfying, and that I had joy and happiness in my life. So I like to have a bit of fun as well. Now, I don't watch any entertainment content, but I like cute puppies too. So if you just want to watch cute puppies on the internet all day, that's your prerogative. Whatever brings you happiness. I'm big on the pursuit of happiness. You know, life should be about the individual pursuing happiness, not at the expense of others. We shouldn't pursue happiness at the expense of others. We should always consider that if we're pursuing happiness, we shouldn't cause harm to others for our own personal gain. But I do believe that life is about the pursuit of happiness and inner satisfaction for each individual. And I want each individual to live a satisfying and rewarding life, and that means having fun and having a good time. So have fun, have some cocaine, have some sex, watch puppy videos on the internet, have a laugh, and get too drunk, you know, every now and again. Do it, have a good time, it's good for your health. Don't be serious all the time. That's no way to live. So there's some thoughts on having fun. Drop a comment in the comment section about what you think about having fun.